I'm glad I could grow and be something I've only dreamed of being. I always told myself if I could be successful coming from where I came from, then I could do anything.
Today, I want to talk about Kissland. If you're a fan of Abel Tesfaye, or better known as The Weeknd, and you have followed his journey as an artist, you probably would agree with me on this take. Without further ado, let's get into why I think this is the most underrated album that The Weeknd has released. First things first, let's talk a little bit about The Weeknd. Abel Tesfaye, better known by his stage name, The Weeknd, burst onto the music scene in 2011 with his groundbreaking mixtape, House of Balloons. His unique blend of R&B, pop, and electronic music, combined with his enigmatic persona, quickly caught the attention of critics and fans alike. Songs like Wicked Games and High for This showcased his ability to blend raw emotion with experimental production, setting him apart in a crowded industry. Fast forward to 2013, and The Weeknd dropped his debut studio album, Kissland. While Kissland didn't achieve the same commercial success as later projects like Beauty Behind the Madness and Starboy, it's an album that deserves far more recognition for its artistry, storytelling, and emotional depth. In many ways, it's a bridge between the underground allure of his mixtape trilogy and the more polished mainstream sound he would adopt later in his career. So, why is Kissland so underrated? Let's start with its production. The album is a sonic masterpiece, filled with lush, atmospheric beats that create an immersive listening experience. Tracks like Professional and Adaptation showcase The Weeknd's ability to craft a mood that feels both intimate and cinematic. The production, handled primarily by The Weeknd alongside Danny Boy Styles and others, leans heavily on dark, moody synths and heavy reverb, giving the album a distinctive and cohesive sound. Another standout aspect of Kissland is its lyrical content. The Weeknd has always been known for his unflinching exploration of love, lust, and heartbreak, and this album takes those themes to new heights. Tracks like The Town and Wanderlust dive deep into the complexities of relationships, capturing the highs of infatuation and the inevitable lows of disillusionment. In The Town, he paints a picture of longing and regret, while Wanderlust explores the emptiness of pursuing fleeting connections. Perhaps the most striking thing about Kissland is its honesty. The Weeknd pulls back the curtain on his experiences with fame, isolation, and the darker side of love. In the title track, he describes his struggles with trust and vulnerability, singing, "When I'm faded, I forget what you mean to me." This vulnerability is a recurring theme throughout the album, making it one of his most personal projects to date. Of course, we can't talk about Kissland without mentioning The Weeknd's incredible vocal performance. His falsetto is on full display throughout the album, showcasing his range and emotive delivery. Whether he's hitting high notes on tracks like Pretty, or delivering raw emotion on Belong to the World, The Weeknd proves time and time again that he is a vocal powerhouse. His voice adds an extra layer of depth to the already complex production and lyrics, making Kissland a truly immersive experience. So why hasn't Kissland received the acclaim it deserves? For one, it was a departure from the sound that fans had come to expect from The Weeknd after his trilogy of mixtapes. While those projects were more minimalist and lo-fi, Kissland embraced a more polished, cinematic aesthetic. This shift may have caught some listeners off guard, especially those who were drawn to the raw, unfiltered sound of his earlier work. Additionally, Kissland was released during a time when The Weeknd was still building his fan base. It wasn't until the release of hits like Can't Feel My Face and The Hills that he became a household name. As a result, Kissland may have been overlooked by casual listeners who weren't familiar with his earlier work. But despite its initial reception, Kissland has developed a cult following among die-hard fans. It's an album that rewards repeat listens, revealing new layers and nuances with each play. Songs like Tears in the Rain and Live For, featuring Drake, demonstrate The Weeknd's ability to balance introspection with swagger, making Kissland a complex and multifaceted project. What makes Kissland even more fascinating is how it reflects The Weeknd's internal conflict during this period of his life. The themes of alienation and distrust that run through the album mirror his struggles with fame and the pressures of maintaining his enigmatic persona. It's an album that feels like a snapshot of a pivotal moment in his career, capturing both his artistic ambition and his personal struggles. For fans of The Weeknd who may have overlooked Kissland in favor of his more commercially successful albums, now is the perfect time to revisit this gem. Its dark, brooding atmosphere and introspective lyrics make it a standout in his discography and a testament to his growth as an artist. Kissland is not just an album, it's an experience. From its innovative production to its thought-provoking lyrics and powerhouse vocals, it showcases The Weeknd at his most vulnerable and experimental. While it may not have received the recognition it deserved upon its release, it remains a hidden gem that continues to resonate with fans who appreciate its raw honesty and artistic daring. If you haven't already, do yourself a favor and give Kissland a listen. You won't be disappointed. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Kissland, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Let me know in the comments what your favorite track from Kissland is, and what other albums you'd like me to cover in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.